everybody, Erica Serwin here, and I have a brand new exclusive tutorial for you. This features our new Valentine suite in the 2017 Occasions catalog. Here are the stamps that go along with it, and there are a ton of coordinating framelits too that belong in this collection. Today I'm just using one of the stamps called Hugs and Kisses right here. And can you guess what's inside this box? It's not Hershey Kisses. That may be what you're thinking. If you look this way, you might be able to tell. I was at my local Target, and they had just put out all their Valentine stuff, and I saw these little Valentine lip therapy chapsticks in a little Valentine print. I thought it was so cute. And I know this time of the year, we all need a little extra chapstick. So I thought that would make a great gift. All right, so let's get started. You're going to need a piece of real red cardstock that measures 12 by 5. Now, because it's 12 inches long, that means you're going to need to get the 12 by 12 real red cardstock. Our 8.5 by 11 won't be long enough. You need the 12-inch long. Okay, so we're going to score it on the long side. Let me look at my notes and make sure I don't screw it up. All right, we're going to do it at 1 and at 4 and 5, 8, 8.5, and 11.5. And then we're going to turn it, and we're going to do it at half, 1, 4, and 4.5. That's a lot of score lines, but it will make sense to you as we put it together. All right, the first thing we're going to do is, you can see as I got down here, these tabs were 1 inch and 1 inch. These tabs were 1/2 inch. So on the 1/2 inch, the side with the 1/2 inch skinny tabs, we're going to start cutting away. And we're going to cut, we're going to leave the tabs around the 1/2 inch tabs and cut all of this away here. And you want to make sure you've got a good pair of scissors so you get a smooth cut. I'm going to turn it, and I'm going to cut all the way up until I get to that first 1/2 inch section. All right, so this is what you have. Now these right here, I'm going to cut across like that and like that. All right, now we need to cut a circle right here. And I found from what we have, the best circle to use is actually the scalloped circle. It kind of gives you a little more leeway to squeeze this guy in, and it kind of holds on to it. So this measures 2 inches, okay? So let's put it on our Big Shot. And you definitely want to use your magnetic platform to make sure that that circle goes right in the middle. Let me look at it before I set it down. My original one was a little bit off. I think it's fine, it'll work, but I want to try to get this one right in the middle. Now you could use a ruler and make a little dot so you know exactly where you need to put that. But I'm not that much of a perfectionist. If you are, go for it. All right, so there we have our hole. All right, let's go ahead and burnish all of our lines, all of our score lines. Now we also, I forgot, we need to cut these guys right here too. All right, so let's burnish all of these lines, get them nice and crisp. If you have a bone folder, you could use a bone folder to make sure they're nice and crisp, but I'm just gonna use my fingers, get them all folded in the right direction. All right, now we're going to use tear and tape, and we're going to put tear and tape right on these tabs. And the thing I love the most about tear and tape is that it tears. You don't have to use scissors to cut it. You just tear it, put it on there, and you peel off that paper backing. This tear and tape or fast fuse is what I recommend for any of your 3D projects. You don't want them falling apart, so you need to use a really strong adhesive. All right, these little guys we're going to tuck in like this, and then we're going to put adhesive in one more place, which is on the outside of this tab. So tear off a little more. Whoops, I think I got a little too much there. tear off a little more tear and tape. Stick it down. Well, I didn't push it down far enough. All right, well, let's try the other side. There we go. Okay, now it's time to fold it up. So tuck in those tabs. And these tabs right here are going to go on the bottom. So we're going to make sure everything is tucked in. Let's see if I can turn it for you to see just how I'm lining it up right there along the bottom. Make sure it's nice and straight before I push it in. All right, now we're going to do the opposite side over here. Same thing. You can even stick your finger up in there and push it down. And now this, the side that we put tape on the outside of the flap, is just going to fold up like that. Okay, so then we put our little chapstick in there, and then this closes down over just like that. Simple construction, one piece, not a lot of complication there. All right, so now I'm going to use my Real Red satin ribbon. I am a big fan of this Real Red satin ribbon, and it is actually in the annual catalog. We have some new Real Red and basic white, Whisper White ribbon in the new Occasions catalog. It's a skinnier ribbon, and either of those would work well for this too, to hold it together. So go ahead and tie your bow. Straighten up those little ends. Pull it nice and tight, and trim those at an angle. Now we're going to cover this part to keep it in place. When the recipient opens it up, that ribbon won't just fall off. I have used my layering square framelits to cut several squares, if I can get them untangled here. The first one is a 2.5 inch scalloped square out of Pink Pirouette. The next one is a 2 1/8 regular square, Real Red, and then a 1 7/8 Whisper White. All right, so let's move these and stack these up with our adhesive. I'm just going to use Fast Fuse here. Make sure they're nice and centered. All right, now this heart is also from the Sending Love suite. It is from the framelits. It's probably my most favorite framelit in that set. And you can buy these together at a discount. The framelit collection and the stamp set are $45.75. And then if you get it during celebration, you get a free item if you add just a few more dollars to bump it up to $50. Now, normally I would say you need to use a fine tip glue pen on this and be very careful, but we're going to put things over the center of it. So I'm just going to take my Fast Fuse and I'm going to put this heart right there. We're going to cover up that adhesive. We don't need to worry about it. Now we have some really cute embellishments in the Occasions catalog. They're called the Sending Love embellishments, and they're wood. And really any of these you could add in here and it would be really cute. But I chose to use the open frame, and I'm going to use glue dots. Because again, I'm going to cover those up. You won't be able to see them. And I'm going to lay that right down there in the middle. Get it straight. All right, now we're going to stamp the sentiment. I told you we were going to use Hugs and Kisses in Real Red on Whisper White cardstock. And then we're going to use this label punch. And I've got to make sure I get it centered, both horizontally and vertically. So I'm turning it around and looking at it. Let's see. All right, I think that's about right. And I'm going to get my glue dots again. I really like my glue dots. They don't make a mess like liquid adhesive. I seem to make messes with my liquid adhesive. All right, let's lay that down. See if I got my glue dots in the right place. I think so. And there we go. All right, now we're going to adhere it with Stampin' Dimensionals. These are my most favorite adhesive. I love all of Stampin' Up's adhesive, but Stampin' Dimensionals have to be my most favorite. I can't seem to make a project without stacking something up on these dimensionals. All right, and we're just going to lay that right on top of the ribbon. So now you can see how when they open that ribbon's going to stay there. It's not going anywhere. It's caught in between there. All right, well, I hope you like this tutorial. Let me know what you think. I hope you can use it. And if you can't find the Valentine Vaseline at your Target or where you live, I have seen these tins of Vaseline at Walmart, at the pharmacy. They may not be Valentine, but they will definitely be the same size. So you could always just use a regular one. All right, thanks so much. Have a great day. Bye-bye.